Yes, I have a giant stuffed Spitfire pillow. Yes, he's absolutely adorable. Yes, you're jealous. But no, sorry, Spooky is not for sale. But not to worry, because today I'm going to show you how to make your very own Spitfire Plushie pal. Disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with Spitfire in any way, but all I'm saying is Spitfire is lost without me as their art ambassador. Anyways, step 1. Make a stencil. I'm using this poster type paper, and since my plushie will be extra large, I just taped the two pieces together to get the size that I'm looking for. The best material to use would be a thick paper. You want to avoid using anything too durable, and later you'll see why. So I'm going to start drawing out the silhouette of the Spitfire logo. Now, when we get to the spikes, I'm going to add some rounded edges, and later in the process, you'll see why we do this. Step 2. Prepare your fabric. I'm just using an old t-shirt. Place your stencil onto it and secure it with tape. And then we're going to outline with a marker. I had to do some extra stretching with the fabric and tape it to the floor since I made my stencil so massive. Now that we're done outlining, we're going to cut out the fabric. But do not cut exactly along the line. Leave a little bit of space as you cut along. Now that both of the pieces are cut out, place the stencil in between. Secure the bottom with tape. Keep in mind, if your t-shirt fabric has a design on it, you can still use it. Just make sure that the side with the design is facing out for this step. The blank side should be facing the stencil. Step 3. Sewing. Now we're going to sew the outer fabrics together. Start with the area that's just below the small spike. We're going to sew along the line. It doesn't really matter what color thread you use. Leave your stencil where it is because we're going to need it to stabilize the shape as we sew. We're going to keep sewing until we get to the part of the tiny spike. Now you're going to want to leave a space. Step 4. Remove the stencil. Now that we have this hole in the tiny spike, we're going to remove the stencil. You can stick a pair of scissors inside to cut the stencil material. At this point, we can destroy the stencil since we don't need it anymore. Now that the stencil is removed, we can get ready to flip the outer part inside out. Step 5. Flip it inside out. This might be the most difficult part since you have to really squeeze everything through the tiny space. But little by little, it should come out. You could also use some kind of stick or something to help get it out. Make sure all the spikes are completely out. Step 6. Stuff and fluff. Now that your outer is fully inside out, we can stuff and fluff. Step 7. Patch up the final spike and add your final pieces of fluff. In this part, we're going to begin sewing the final spike. I also make sure to fold the fabric like this as I sew to make it more even. Stuff and fluff between every group of stitches or so. When you finally have enough fluff, you're ready to patch it all up. And congratulations, now we have the shape. Step 8. Draw the face. We'll begin with the outline. I use a soft tip drawing pencil to help guide my outline, but since this area is just going to be all black, I just started using a marker instead, and then I just began to paint it on with fabric paint. Don't paint everything all at once because you have to wait for sections to dry, so pace yourself. Now that the outline is done, we can draw the face. This is where I really rely on a pencil and make sure all the proportions are right. With the help of masking tape, I just make sure the eyes are at the correct location, the eyebrows have the correct thickness and distance from each other. And just making sure it looks exactly like the Spitfire logo. Once my pencil marks are down, I just go over it with a marker, and I just continue to paint the face. Remember to wait for sections to dry. Definitely pace yourself during this step. You're not going to get it all done at once, so take it little by little. Step 9. Give your new plushie pal a name. I decided to name my big red fireball Spooky. Step 10. Have a cuteness meltdown. Now that the paint is finally dry, you can hug him and welcome him to the world. Congratulations! Now you have your very own Spitfire Plushie pal. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, dislike, leave a hate comment, make 2 more accounts just so you could like and subscribe again, and don't forget to flush the toilet. Till next time.